She accidentally pocket-dialed me while she was with her ex. I overheard her say, "I miss you so much. He's just a seat warmer in my bed until you decide you want me back." 20 minutes later, she texted, "Dinner tonight, babe?" I wrote back, "Already ate, with someone who actually wants me there permanently." Then blocked her. She's been hammering on my door since just after midnight. Quick plug, guys, we're insanely close to 10K subscribers. If you haven't smashed that button yet, please do it now. It means the world. I'm Ryan, 32, physical therapist. I had been dating Claire, 28, for roughly 8 months. We went exclusive around month 3 and were spending nearly every weekend together. I genuinely thought we were heading somewhere serious. Claire had always been weirdly guarded with her phone, but I never pushed. Everyone deserves privacy, right? She brought up her ex, Derek, a couple of times early on. Said he'd moved to Denver for a job about a year ago, that the relationship had been toxic, and that she was honestly relieved when he left. I took her at her word. Yesterday, I'm folding laundry at home when my phone lights up around 3 p.m. It's Claire calling. I pick up, but there's no hello, just wind and muffled voices. I'm about to end the call when I realize it's a pocket dial and she's talking to someone outside, probably a park. Then her voice comes through crystal clear. "Derek? Oh my God, it's actually you. I've missed you like crazy." My heart stops. Derek lives in Denver. A guy answers, low and familiar. "Missed you too, baby. You look incredible. I still can't believe you're here. How long are you staying?" "Just the weekend. Had a work thing, but I flew in early to surprise you. This is the best surprise I've ever had." Then she says, "I never stopped thinking about you. What about your boyfriend? Ryan, right?" Hearing my own name felt like a slap. "What about him?" She laughs. "Derek, you know you're the only man I've ever truly loved. Ryan's just... he's keeping the spot warm until you finally figured things out. You can't be serious." "I'm dead serious. I've been waiting for you to wake up and realize we're meant to be. Ryan's sweet, but he's not you. He's basically a placeholder, so I'm not lonely while you sort yourself out." "Does he know that?" She laughs again. "Of course not. He actually thinks we're building something real. It's kind of adorable how invested he is." "You don't feel guilty?" "A little, but come on. We were together since college. 8 months with Ryan is nothing compared to us. So what happens now? Now you tell me you want us again, and I stop pretending Ryan matters. I'll end it tomorrow." "How are you gonna do that?" "I don't know. Maybe just go quiet for a few days and let him take the hint, or tell him I need space. Whatever's easiest." The casual cruelty in her tone made my skin crawl. 8 months of my life, thinking I was her future, while she was literally counting the hours until she could trade me in for an ex who blew back into town for 48 hours. The call cut off. I stood frozen in my living room, phone still in my hand, trying to process that I'd been nothing but a temporary comfort blanket. 20 minutes later. 20. My phone buzzes. "Claire, hey handsome, dinner tonight?" Dying for that Thai place again, face blowing a kiss. The sheer nerve almost made me laugh. She just finished mapping out my quiet dismissal and now wanted pad thai like it was any other Friday. I stared at the text. Typed, "Already ate. With someone who actually wants me in her bed permanently." Hit send. Blocked her number. Done. Immediately called my friend Jess. We've been close for 2 years, always had this low-key spark. But I never crossed the line because I was with Claire. Jess is a nurse at the hospital attached to our clinic. We grab coffee a couple times a week. "Ryan, hey, what's up?" "Jess, are you free tonight?" Like, actual date free, not friend hanging out free. That's specific. What happened with Claire? She pocket-dialed me while telling her ex I'm just the guy keeping her bed warm until he comes back. A beat of silence. Then, holy crap. Yes, I'm free. Pick me up at 7. I hit the gym for 2 hours, turned the rage into deadlifts. By the time I showered and changed, I felt almost human again. Dinner with Jess was effortless. We went to the steakhouse uptown, talked about real things, her grad school plans, my dream of opening my own practice one day, stupid work stories we'd never told each other. She actually listened, asked questions, laughed at the right parts. Over dessert, she said quietly, "This is really nice. We should have done this months ago. I was seeing someone. I know exactly how that turned out." She smiled. "You okay?" The butt dial was brutal in the moment, but it saved me from wasting another 6 months on someone who never saw me as the endgame. We ended up back at my place. She'd been over for group stuff before, but this was different. Halfway through some random movie, she slid closer, looked at me and said, "I've wanted to do this for months," and kissed me. "Why didn't you?" "Because you were taken and I'm not that person." "But you're not taken anymore." She stayed the night, and it wasn't just physical. We talked until almost 1 a.m. about everything and nothing. When she fell asleep against my shoulder, it felt more right than anything ever had with Claire. Right around midnight, the doorbell started going off, then full-on pounding. I checked the peephole. Claire, looking frantic, mascara streaked, banging like the building was on fire. She must have blown up my blocked number and realized something was very wrong. Jess stirred. "What is that?" "My ex just discovered I'm not sitting home crying." The pounding went on for a solid 15 minutes, then stopped. Through the peephole, I watched Claire stare at her phone, type furiously, realize texts weren't delivering, and finally trudge back to her car. Next morning, there was a handwritten note wedged in the door handle. "Ryan, I know you're upset, but this is insane. We need to talk about what you think you heard. You're throwing away everything we built over a misunderstanding. Call me." Straight into the trash. I made coffee for Jess instead while she got ready for her shift. "You good?" she asked, kissing me on her way out. "Better than I've been in months." "Good, because I want to do this again." Dinner and the sleepover. Deal. Claire's car was gone when I left for work, but I had a feeling the story wasn't over. Update: 72 hours later, the past 3 days have been a masterclass in watching someone realize the backup plan has standards. Monday lunchtime, Claire showed up at my clinic. Told the front desk it was a family emergency. Reception buzzed back, "Ryan, there's a woman here who says it's about family?" I walked out, saw Claire looking like she hadn't slept in days. "Ryan, thank God. We need to talk right now." "No, we really don't. You need to leave. This is childish. You completely misunderstood that call." "Misunderstood you telling Derek I was a seat warmer and you were planning to ghost me?" "You don't have the full context." Patients were staring. "Claire, this is my job. Leave. Then come outside and act like an adult. There's nothing to talk about. You chose Derek the second he snapped his fingers." She realized half the waiting room was watching, huffed, and finally left. My supervisor poked his head in later. "Everything okay?" That looked intense. "Ex-girlfriend meltdown. It's handled." Monday night, she sent her friend Amy to my building. Buzzer rings, 8 p.m. "Ryan, it's Amy, Claire's friend. Can I come up? Just 5 minutes." "Nope. Claire is destroyed. There's been a huge misunderstanding. Tell Claire to explain it to Derek." "What does Derek have to do with this?" "Ask your friend." Click. Tuesday, Claire's sister Megan called me. I always liked Megan. "Ryan, Claire said you guys broke up over some miscommunication. She's a wreck." It wasn't miscommunication, Megan. I heard her tell Derek I was temporary and she was waiting for him to take her back. Long pause. Derek was in town? She never told any of us. Now you know why. Another pause. Oh my God. I had no idea she was even talking to him. Neither did I, until she accidentally let me listen in. Wednesday morning, Jess and I are having breakfast at the corner cafe when Claire's car screeches into a spot outside. That's her? I muttered. She's gorgeous, Jess said, and apparently a stalker. Claire storms in, spots us, marches over. Eyes red, hair wild. Ryan, we are talking. Now. We're really not. She finally notices Jess. Who the hell is this? Someone who isn't using him as a backup plan. Jess answered calmly. Claire's face went scarlet. You're already with someone else? It's been 4 days. Turns out when you're not stringing me along, good things happen fast. I wasn't with Derek. We just met to talk. You told him you loved him and had been waiting for him. You called me temporary to his face. I was caught off guard. I said things I didn't mean. You discussed the smoothest way to dump me while I was still in your bed the night before. That's not confusion, Claire. That's calculation. The whole cafe was watching now. Claire's voice cracked. Fine. Throw away 8 months for some rebound. Don't come crawling back when you realize you overreacted. I won't be crawling anywhere. She stormed out, tires squealing as she peeled away. Jess just raised an eyebrow. She really thought you'd beg. Some people are shocked when their safety net grows a spine. That was the last we heard from Claire for about a week. Final update 2 weeks later, Friday night, Jess got a DM from a brand new account. No profile pic. Obviously, Claire. Your new boyfriend has serious commitment issues. He dumped me over nothing and has anger problems. He's using you to make me jealous. Ask him why he freaked out over me having coffee with a friend. Jess screenshot it. Showed me, started typing. I know about the pocket dial. I know you told Derek Ryan was just keeping your bed warm until Derek came back. I know you planned to ghost him. Do not message me again. Blocked. Yesterday, I bumped into Megan at the grocery store. Hey Ryan, how are you? Honestly? Great. I owe you an apology. After we talked, I confronted Claire. She finally admitted Derek was in town. Claimed it was just closure. She got super defensive. I don't believe nothing happened. I appreciate you saying that. You were always good to her, to all of us. I'm sorry. Thank you, Megan. Means a lot. You happy with the new girl? Claire mentioned you're seeing someone. Very. Jess is the real thing. Good. You deserve that. Jess met my parents last weekend. They're obsessed. Mom pulled me aside. She's the first one who actually feels like family, not someone tolerating us. Dad said Jess asks him about his woodworking projects like she genuinely cares. We're heading to meet her parents next month. Normal milestones with someone who's excited about them. Not managing them around an ex. The revenge wasn't some elaborate plot. It was simply refusing to be anyone's backup plan anymore. Claire thought she could keep me on ice while she waited for the love of her life to change his mind. Instead, her own carelessness handed me the truth on a silver platter and freed me to find someone who chose me first, not last. The pocket dial was the best thing that ever happened to me. Claire just never meant for me to hear the part where I was never the main character in her story. Only the understudy. Now I'm with the leading lady who never needed an understudy in the first place. Thanks for following along, guys. Chapter closed. Onward.